Christmas Day is right around the corner. This season is filled with lights, cheer, joy, and lots of giving. This is the season where we see the phrase, it's better to give than to receive, plastered everywhere. I'd like to take a moment to talk about a world-changing organization that you should consider donating to this holiday season. This organization is called One Child Matters. One Child Matters is a sponsorship agency that partners with individuals, organizations, and other companies to sponsor poverty-stricken kids in foreign countries. When a sponsor gives to a One Child Matters, they are helping to end world poverty and positively impact a child's life. Now I need everyone to close their eyes for me. Imagine you're a young child living in Nepal. Your family makes less than $1 American a day. The 2 shirts that you have are covered in stains and filled with holes. The 1 pair of pants that you have tears and rips in them, and they're just a little too small. The last meal that you had was a bowl of rice, and it was 3 days ago. Your stomach hurts because of the unsanitary water that you drink every day, and you're also up all night in the bathroom throwing up. Open your eyes. This is a sad reality for many countries outside of the American borders. First, this is a truth of people who live in extreme poverty and have no way out of it. They are not offered an education, and because they do not have an education, they're not able to get jobs. And they grow up in a world just trying to survive another day, get married, raise kids, and bring them up in the same cycle to fall into. One Child Matters exists to bring hope, truth, life, love, and mercy to children living in poverty all around the globe. They work in 15 different countries on 5 different continents. Their vision is to help these people break the cycle of poverty through strategic children's centers that provide a full inventory of services. The organization provides them with spiritual education, emotional support, and physical provisions. When a child comes to a One Child Matters center, the first thing that they want to focus on doing is introducing them to Jesus Christ. They are taught truth from the Bible that illustrates God's love for them, salvation, and how they can grow in their newfound relationship. They attend what would be similar to Sunday school classes here, and they also have extensive times of prayer and worship. Unlike most organizations, though, One Child Matters does not stop at just meeting the spiritual needs, but they also strive to meet the psychological and sociological needs of the children as well. For many of these kids, they grow up all alone, having to entertain themselves or just endure through the abuse of everyday life. So One Child Matters works diligently to provide a loving environment where children can come and grow into all that God has created them to be. Each of their staff is there to be a part of an unending support system that allows these children an opportunity to break the cycle of poverty and to engage with other children and build relationships with them as well. So Christ's unconditional love is the base of their emotional and psychological support that they provide these children with. They continue their work to break poverty by giving each individual child a quality education. As we discussed earlier, in other countries, they cannot always get jobs because they don't have an education. And unlike here in America, an education is not free. And even if the parents can't afford to send their child to school, then a lot of times the child will drop out of school to work and farm and do things like that to provide a living for them and their family. And One Child Matters wants to see each child develop mentally and also give them profitable skills that will allow them to become self-sufficient and break that poverty cycle. Many of the Children's Center is an officially registered school, and those that are not provide them with private tutors to help ensure their academic excellence. Finally, this organization provides for the physical health of each child. While being sponsored by One Child Matters, these children are given at least 1 nutrient-filled meal a day. They are also given thorough medical exams, which include a thorough checkup, administered of all vaccinations, and access to further health care if needed. They're also given proper education on hygiene, such as how to properly bathe. And this allows them to develop good habits that will later lead into a good, healthy lifestyle. They are also taught the dangers of drug abuse and sexual education. And this allows them to be educated on some of the prominent life-threatening issues from habits in other countries, such as HIV and AIDS in Africa. One Child Matters is an incredible organization on paper, but this past year I got to go and experience their work firsthand myself. It was mind-blowing the difference that they were making in the lives of these children. While my team and I were there, we got to go and actually sit in class with these kids. And they're sitting there and they're reading their Bibles and taking notes and talking back and forth with their teachers. And it was super impressive. But then we also got to go to a chapel service with them. And that's where it really got my heart. As we're sitting there, the kids, they're praising and worshiping the Lord, dancing around, waving their hands, and just being kids and truly enjoying praising their Savior. And they also had a time of prayer. And they folded their little hands and they prayed little prayers, but these prayers weren't rehearsed prayers. These prayers were genuine prayers from their hearts. And it was just absolutely inspiring to see. Then the kids got to go to lunch and eat the meal. It was a big bowl of rice filled with plantains, greens, and chicken. The cooks had been hard at work at this all day to make sure that every single nutrient that the child needed was put into this meal. And before we left, they got to go and meet with their tutors for about an hour to go over their assignments and their homework from school earlier that day. I've been to 8 different countries and worked with several different organizations that all do amazing work. In all of those travels, I have not found another organization with such authenticity and conviction as One Child Matters operates with. They genuinely care for each individual child and want to make sure that every child is met with every need that they have. They genuinely want to prepare them mentally, physically, emotionally, and educationally to break the cycle of poverty and to ensure success for their future. They're making a difference by providing a catalyst out of poverty for children who would otherwise never know hope, life, love, truth, and mercy.